What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Crown by Kenzie. Of course, I'm your host, Mackenzie, and today we're ready to get into some hot topics. All the topics that have been trending online. I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen this week. But before we get into that, make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, and hit that notification bell so that way you know when we having technical issues all the time or we go live. So, guys, tonight I want to introduce a very special co host, one of my bestest friends in this world since childhood, Miss Adrienne. You guys welcome her to the stage. Hey, Adrienne. Oh, sorry, I had you on mute. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Hi, guys. Hi, Kenzie.
Thank you so much for joining me tonight, Adrienne. Okay, so introduce yourself. Let the people know who you are, but only so much.
Oh, okay. I'm a mother. I'm a wife. I'm a friend. I'm a confidant. I am a design enthusiast. Um, I'm a DIYer. I'm anything that I think that I can do. I'm that.
Mhm. Absolutely. And tell them you getting into flipping houses. You've done
Yeah,
two projects
high functioning
already.
DIY.
There you go. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate you being here. And of course, no one is in here right now, so it's just gonna be me and you. But hopefully, as time goes on, the people will eventually join in. If not, we're gonna have a conversation like we normally have.
Cool.
So before we go any further, guys, just make sure I've included the link in the comments, and I'll put it in the comment box too for you guys to sign up for Pay for Your Say. If you don't know, Pay for Your Say is a very legal, guys. I cannot stress that enough. Very legal way for you to earn money without leaving the comfort of your own home. All you have to do is sign up, and you guys will get a discount by clicking on the link and using my information for Pay for Your Say. If you do not know, Pay for Your Say is where you go on and you sign up for different surveys. And if you are chosen, then they'll contact you and you'll make easy money again without leaving the comforts of your own home. All you need is a reliable internet source, a computer with a webcam on it, and you're in there. So again, guys, check it out. Pay for your say. All right, Adrian. So let's get into some topics tonight. I think the first
Yeah,
topic
let's
I want
do it.
to get to is Miss Britney Spears. All right, so let me pull that up and share that screen with the people. All right, according to the Jasmine brand, Britney Spears is set to make her final child support payment of $10,000 on November the 15th, ending her bi monthly payments to ex husband Kevin Federline. The payments were for their son, Jaden James, who recently turned 18. Jaden had been living in Hawaii but has since moved back to California. Despite years of estrangement, Jaden has reportedly reconnected with his mother. The pair are said to have met a few times since his return to the Golden State. Kevin Federline, if you guys don't know, and Britney Spears had a difficult time reaching this child support agreement with legal tensions over the payment amount and duration. Their strained relationship added complexity, but they eventually settled on November as the cutoff, aligning with their son Jaden's high school graduation. All right,
Get
Adrian,
into
what do
it.
you this? I feel like for me, I'll let you go ahead since you're the guest host. Go ahead.
I mean, K-Fed was after that bag from the very start. So I feel like this whole thing wasn't even necessary with the custody and all that she went through with her family and K-Fed. And I think her son himself is after the bag as well. He learned from his father. Um, so especially if he's been estranged for this long, and now why connect now when the bag is getting ready to be cut off? So I don't know. That's my thoughts on it.
Mhm,
What you think?
mhm. You know what? I share your same sentiments here. I feel like the father has taught him well because if you guys are not familiar, back when that little boy and his brother, they wanted nothing whatsoever to do with Britney Spears. Nothing whatsoever. They went out, they put a few posts up about her. They were just dogging her. They wanted nothing to do with her whatsoever. But now I feel like it's oh so convenient that since the child support payments are about to run out, now you want to reunite with her. I feel
Mhm.
like they knew their life would not be the same because their father is not, unless I don't know, the father is not making as much money as Britney Spears are. Britney Spears is, and he cannot afford them that lifestyle. So I think that was a smart move. Get back close to your mother. Y'all know she a little bit, you know, a little out of it right now. You
I
know her
agree.
dancing with the miles and stuff.
I
Uh,
think that regardless of the fact that she's his mother, she's going to take him back in, regardless of whatever she thinks that may be going on with this situation. Um,
mhm,
but yeah, I just feel like Brittany has been used throughout her career by close family members when it comes to her finances. So I would
mhm,
keep a watching eye over the situation, especially even with her son. You know, even though
mhm,
she want to take him back in and have him there with her and maybe build a relationship, but I'll still
mhm,
keep a watchful eye on the situation. But you know, kudos
mhm.
to her and reuniting with her son and trying to
Right.
build on something.
I feel the same way. Like I would definitely, you know, as a parent, I would think because I don't have kids before fur babies, but I would think as a parent, you still gonna take them in good, bad, and indifferent because
Hmm.
if you think about it, if our parents cut us off for every crazy behind thing that we did, we probably would have been cut a long time ago. I know I probably would have every crazy behind thing I've said. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I share that with you. Kudos to her. She got her kids back, but Brittany, be very mindful of that bag. I would not go in head first. I make him suffer a little bit. You got the name. Work hard to make it work for you.
That part.
That's just how I feel about it. All right, so our next story is let's get into this one right here. Shamar Moore. I have not seen him in a
Sure.
long time. According to the Shade Room, Shamar Moore reveals he has no plans of marrying his current girlfriend and mother of his child. In quote, I didn't have a good role model of marriage in my life. The 54-year-old actor opened up to People magazine, sharing that he's never had a solid example of marriage in his life. Not my mother, not my father, nobody close to me, he explained. Moore also brought up that he doesn't see the point in signing prenups. Oh, I love you. You're the most amazing person in the world, but sign this. So you don't trust the person. Despite this, Moore had nothing but good things to say about his girlfriend, Jezebel, Jazan, whatever. She is my partner. She is the mother of Frankie. Frankie has a dope, mother, he said. Adrian, what do you think about that?
Seek therapy.
I
Seek
think so too.
therapy. Seek therapy because I
Mhm,
mean, how old? 53 years old. We're too old to be playing these childhood games because if something happened to you, that child is going to be taken care of, or their woman, unless
mhm,
you have some type of money set aside for them, and which
mhm,
I'm doubtful of that, especially since he don't believe in like the prenup situation.
mhm,
Seek therapy. Seek
mhm,
therapy because he have some parental issues that he need to work through, so he can
mhm,
build a healthy relationship. You're living with the woman, you have a child with the woman. Why can't you get married?
mhm,
And
mhm.
especially at that age, it's just ridiculous. And I'm sorry, I just don't think that the bachelor for life situation isn't cute. So,
Mhm. It's really not.
yeah.
It's really not. And I think that she should think more of herself, to not continue to waste her time with someone that's clearly told her and told the world at this point that he is not willing to marry her. I think when it's all said and done, people don't realize that you spent all these years with someone if you guys choose now. And I'm not saying marriage is the right way to go for everybody, because to
Not
each
for
his own.
everybody. Hmm.
Right, exactly. But I'll say for myself, I feel like this. You never know, you never know how families turn out when it comes to somebody passing away and it comes to a whole lot of money being involved.
That part.
And my thing is, you spent all these years and you've done all these, you share all these experiences and so many other things with this person. But then they pass away and their family comes in because we all know that it's going to go to the next of kin. And if you're not the relative or whatnot, then the family, there's a chance that the family can come in and swoop everything from up under you. They can even bar you from the whole funeral.
Hmm.
You know, they can make it so where you're not even invited, your child, especially if your child is not of age where they're able, where they can legally make decisions like that on their own. So I think that's a very tricky situation right there. For me personally, not having kids, I just would not want to risk that. You know,
Yeah.
we've all been young and we all spent time with people and dated people. And we've been with them for several years, but we never thought about the fact that if something happened to them, and let's say even if we're living together, we have a home together, we have different things together, the family can come in, they can contest all of that. They can come in and
Yes, it's
swoop
true.
in and take all of that from you. So I feel like if you're not going to get married, I'll say the one caveat in that situation is if you're not going to get married, at least have something documented. And I don't think do they have like a, a something, I don't know, like a prenup, but where there are no nuptials involved, maybe a contract to say if something happened to me, let this person make all decisions. Would that be included in the will?
Um, unless he have some type of legal document that has this person appointed like as a beneficiary, which
Mm-hmm.
I'm doubtful of that. Unless he may have his child listed as the beneficiary,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not sure what he have lined up for her.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it's giving commitment issues.
Mm-hmm.
um,
It really
but
is.
but at the same time, you don't know what this woman wants. She may not want a
Yeah.
commitment of that sort. She may just want a long term boyfriend,
Mm-hmm.
or baby daddy situation. But at the end of the day, you guys have a child in this situation, and you guys are so much older. Why not have the legalities in place in the event with you being 53 years old? There's not, a whole lot of good years left. So in the
Mm-hmm.
event something does happen, at least have that security there where the mother of your child and your child is taken care of. And I'm hopeful that he has some type of legal documentation set up for them if something does happen. Hopefully he's thinking about that.
I hope so too, because I mean that's a crazy situation right there. Like, ain't no
Yeah.
way. I'm just not gonna spend all that time, make all that, just no, go through all of that just at the end of the day to end up with these people. What if the family don't like her like that?
Yeah, and depends on
So
how long they've been
people
together.
secretly not like you and they won't
Right.
say it.
This is true.
They'll
This
be
is
all nice
true.
to you, but some shit happened, excuse me. Some stuff happened and it's time for them to get that check and get that check cut. Then they'll be like, scratch her. We don't like her that much.
You have no rights. You have no
Right.
right.
I
So
just
yeah.
don't want to waste my time. I just would not want to waste my time. I don't know who's joined, but I see a couple of people on here. Make sure you guys make yourselves known. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and hit that notification bell, guys. Okay, and tap in the comments and let us know you're here. All right, we're gonna take that away and let's go to our next story. Hold on, wait a minute. Stop sharing that one. All right, and speaking of kids, let's get into this one. This one is a little left field, but let's go ahead and get into it, y'all. Nene Leaks. Nene Leak's son, Bryson Bryant, reportedly can't be found by his probation officer following his fentanyl case. All right, so according to the Jasmine brand, if you guys did not know, Nene Leak's oldest son, Bryson Bryant, you guys remember him from when Real Housewives of Atlanta first started. He was the youngest then. But he's reportedly missing in act. No, he wasn't the youngest. He was the oldest, but young. Sorry. Is reportedly missing in action after avoiding jail time in his fentanyl case. According to court documents obtained by InTouch, the probation officer assigned to Bryant's case stated in an affidavit that Bryson cannot be found and has been out of contact since missing check-ins on August 14th and September 30th. The officer noted multiple unsuccessful attempts to reach Bryson, including calls and mailed letters. In May, Bryson struck a plea deal to avoid a felony charge from a July 2023 arrest in Georgia, where he gave a false name. I remember this. He gave his brother's name, Brent. He told him he was his little brother. How bad that is. Named to police. Under the deal, he was sentenced to 12 months probation, a $500 fine, and a drug treatment. Following his recent absences, the judge has approved the probation officer's request to pause Bryson's probation until he checks in or is taken into custody. What do you think about that one?
Not Bryson going MIA.
Okay.
I don't know. I feel like as a mother, even if you don't condone what your children do, I have a feeling that she probably knows where he is. She knows his whereabouts. She knows he's safe. He may not be with her. He may be somewhere else, but I feel like she may know.
You think so?
But as a mother, I mean, I couldn't say I would do anything differently. If she is withholding that information, you're gonna ride for your kids.
Mm-hmm. I would think so too. But part of me, just from things that I've seen on the show, part of me kind of thinks that she's not backing him up in his foolishness. And maybe she might know who he is, but she ain't backing him up because you see in the story he only owed $500.
Which he could have got from her if he didn't have it.
Yeah, exactly. He could have got $500 several times over from his mother, and she was really backing him up in that. So to me, that kind of tells me that she's not really backing him up in that. I know a few years ago she brought him a house. She had him set up, and then he went through a whole lot of drama with his baby mother. And the baby mother came out, and she was trying to blast Nene and saying that Nene wasn't helping out with the baby, and so on and so forth. Which at that time I didn't feel like she should. That's not her obligation.
Yeah, that's not the grandparent's job.
No, it's not the grandparent's job.
No, I understand her not backing him. You may not agree with the things that your children are doing, but I feel like she may know that he's safe. Even if he's not around her or with her, I feel like she know that wherever he is, that he's somewhere safe. But I don't think her knowing his whereabouts would be necessarily condoning what he's doing. Like if she was condoning it, she probably would have gave him that $500 or whatever he had to pay. So I don't know. I don't know when it comes to Nene, but people and their children.
Adrian, as a parent, do you turn their ass in? Because in today's world that we live in, they ready to shoot down, So do you just turn their ass in? Because I love you enough to not want to see you, see these people pop up on you and they kick down your door, and then you panic and they shoot your ass down. Do you just turn them in?
No. I don't know. I don't know. It depends. I don't know. I haven't been through those types of things with my kids yet to know. I guess what my limits are whenever they're doing things like that. Prayfully, they don't ever. Hopefully, I instill the fear of God where they would never. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think I would though. I don't think I would. I'm too much of a rider for my kids. Even if wrong, right, indifferent, like I would know their whereabouts. I may not condone it, but I don't know if I could give my kids up.
I don't know. And oh, wait a minute. Before we go any further, we just always got to protect ourselves. And let's just say this. All commentary is alleged. Okay, it's simply for fun. We just giving our opinion on what we think, but none of this stuff is true as far as we know. But yeah, so I don't know, because for me it's kind of like a thin line, because in today's climate, we live in, I just rather for you to be safe than sorry. Now I may walk your ass down there, and I might try to, especially having as much money as she has allegedly, I would try to pay off as much as I can and try to get the best attorneys and the best lawyers, to ride with, because again, I get you on that part. I'm gonna be a writer for my kids, but I would just be scared that he would be somewhere where he caught off guard, and God knows if he is running, what he might have on him,
Mm-hmm.
and then he might panic, and then they shoot him down. You see what I'm saying?
Well, that could happen to an everyday Black person driving.
It can.
You know,
It
you
really
know,
can.
so, so I don't know. I don't know if I could do it.
Yeah.
I
Um.
really don't. I couldn't even imagine.
Mhm.
Even I don't know. Not being I don't know. It's
Well,
like
I'm sure we ain't ever got to worry about that with your kids, but you know
never.
what I'm saying?
Hopefully not ever.
They're the best. So.
But yeah, I really don't know. You know, all the parents have limits too when it comes to their children
Mhm.
making decisions that they may not have wanted them to make or may not approve of in their life.
Mhm.
But my thing is, isn't Bryson, what's his name? Is he kind of old? He's up there in
Yeah,
age.
Bryson is the oldest one. Remember, the younger one was Brent. I don't know if you follow. Remember, if you follow, you seen that Brent just had a heart surgery not too long ago. He's the younger one.
So I'm thinking,
Bryson was the oldest one.
Bryson being older, you would think that with age, you have some kind of
Mhm.
accountability of what you're doing, and if
Mhm.
you old and you're doing things like this and going to jail, I don't know, I might have to turn you. When you're
Yeah,
young,
exactly.
sometimes you make mistakes, but when you're older and you're doing
Mhm.
stuff like that, I don't
Mhm.
know. I don't know, because at some point you should have learned before now.
Right, because he has really, really been doing a whole lot. But anyway, we'll let that go, and we just gonna
Yeah.
send out the best to them. We're gonna send the best wishes, and
Yes,
hopefully this
prayers for
whole
Nene.
situation will, yeah, prayers for her. Hopefully the whole situation will end up safe. All right, speaking of family, y'all, let's get into this next story right here. All right, so hold on one second. Um, let's get into this one. Oh, hold on. Let me take that one off. Jaleel White opened up why he turned down the Family Matters reboot. He didn't. I didn't feel that it was right. It didn't make any sense. So, guys, let's get into this one. Hold on one second. Hold on. We got to stop there and let's start that over. All right. Hold on one second. There we go.
Actually a greater story than what was made up inside the show.
Let's go back
Going on to a show that was never intended for me to be the star of, making it last for 9 years, growing up on a studio lot and in public school at the same time, that to me was the greater story that needed to be told for today. When I pitched that to one of my former executive producers, all he had to say to me was, Jaleel, nobody's interested in your memoirs. But here we are 12 years later, and I think there's some people that might be interested in those memoirs. Somewhere around 2013,
Okay, hold on. Let's start.
2014, I was approached by one of our former producers that Netflix had interest in doing a reboot of Family Matters on the heels of Fuller House having done so well. And that didn't make any sense to me. I didn't feel that it was right for us to have to copy what Full House had done to fit inside someone's business model to capture the magic that made our show make sense. What I imagine for any reboot effort would be inspired by what really happened. How Family Matters came to pass is actually a greater story than.
Okay. Hold on. Stop. Are you interested?
Jaleel, no one is interested in these memoirs. No one is interested. I'm not. No.
Me either.
Him being on Family Matters and going to public school, no, that is nothing that I'm interested in hearing. I get what he's saying. Like, let's not copy their cadence and let's not try to do what they did for Fuller House because it may not shake out for them. However,
Mhm.
I don't think we want to know his story either. I don't know. There may be a subset of people who are interested. I don't know, but I'm not. I have no interest.
I'm not. I don't really care. I don't really give a damn. At the end of the day, um, I think Jaleel White. Something in me says to me, and I don't want to be negative and nasty, but something in me, something tells me that Jaleel does things kind of out of spite as well. Because if you can't read, do you remember he had an issue with Joe Myra Payton, the mother?
Mm-mm.
He had an issue with her. Like they really bumped heads.
Mm.
Um, they really had issues back in the day, and to me, it feels like, and I think if I can't remember again, all things are alleged. People were saying that he wanted the show all about him. It got down to the point he became very, very arrogant because he was right. The show really did not start off being about him. He was supposed to be like a guest character, but
Mhm.
then the people started to love him, and then the show started being more and more and more about him. And that's when he started having issues with the cast. And again, the mother, Jomara Payton, he had the biggest issues with her. I think they had got into it really, really bad. I have to find that story. But to me, it seems like he's kind of being spiteful and kind of like, I'm going to get your ass back one way or another. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be about y'all. Y'all never going to work again if it comes to me. It's
It
just certain
could be.
things in certain interviews that I've seen that brings me to that conclusion that it's just not about him. I feel like it's something else that he's up to. I
His
don't know.
book. It looked like that was a plug for his book.
It's self-serving.
Yeah, he wants to tell the story of his life. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
But
yeah,
imagine
no.
if we had Urkel today, would Urkel be like Elon Musk?
Um, what have other thoughts on Elon Musk?
No. I'm saying no. What I'm saying is, would he be like the Elon Musk of this time? He's created everything because you remember on the show, Urkel was so techie
I don't know.
and he created so many things. So would he be like the black Elon Musk? Like he would have created so many things. Maybe he would have created. You remember that little car he had?
Oh yeah,
Maybe that would have been the Tesla of this time.
that is true. That is true. That's
Exactly.
true.
I think he would have created a machine that would have been, I don't know, like Ozempic.
No, 'cause I can put that with that. We're going back to nostalgia and during our time, like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids type of. He have those vibes to me. I don't
Mhm.
see where we can. I guess if we're gonna talk, like I guess more so character wise, I can't see
Mhm.
him being like the cool tech guy, like a Tony Stark or
Yeah,
somebody like from Marvel,
he's
like Iron
dog.
Man. Yeah, I don't see that with him. I'm not even sure
Mhm.
people would even want to see their show at this day and age. I'm not sure if that's the interest of the
Mhm.
younger generation now. Would it be more of a nostalgia thing for people of our age,
Mhm.
or are they looking to I guess introduce it to the younger generations? I don't know.
Mhm. I don't think so either. I'm curious to know what the younger generations would really even think of that show. So many things that they don't know. I don't know if you ever ask your kids about certain things, but some things that certain shows, certain videos, music, whatever have you. The kids of today's generation, even I want to say back to the early 2000s, some of them have no idea and no clue
Right.
on things. So,
Yeah.
my question would be: would Family Matters be as successful if they did do a reboot? I mean, again, our age group, we would watch it because, like
Mhm.
you said, it's nostalgic for us. But would the younger generation really take the time to watch it? I want to know what the ratings were on Full House.
I don't think the younger generation would. Like my kids don't even understand the concept of the studio audience where they have the laughing at the jokes and
Mhm,
all that in the background. They think it's the craziest thing because they're not used to sitting
mhm,
down watching shows that they hear those
mhm,
noises in the background. They're trying to figure out why is everybody laughing in the background when parts of the show wasn't even funny to them. So that alone would turn my kids off with the show. So I don't know.
Hey, so I'm gonna tell you something. Like, listen, when I was a child, I have never told anybody this, so it's crazy. When I was a child, when they would do the studio laugh, I did not know it was a laugh track. Now, sometimes it wasn't a laugh track, like certain shows, like Miss Pat Show, which I love her. Miss Pat Show is recorded live, but some of those shows were like laugh tracks, and I did not know that, and I would just be thinking, oh, they sound just alike, you know. I didn't know. I didn't know it was a whole laugh track. That's another story, but anyway, that was a whole laugh track. But yeah, so you're right. I don't know if today's kids, they would, the kids of today's generation, if they would even grasp that concept of the studio audience, so on and so forth. What do kids watch these days? Are they into reality TV?
My kids are different. My kids like to watch a lot of YouTube and educational videos. Other than that, it's mostly YouTube, gamers, just watching other people do things. I've seen a lot of that I still don't quite understand, like watching other people play with toys, watching people review games. There's a lot of that type of things going on that I don't really care to do. But that's mostly what my kids do.
Oh, and I meant to ask you tonight too. Your kids, when I was there visiting, I remember we had the conversation about your kids. Like it was so cool to be on YouTube. Did you tell them you was on YouTube tonight? Even though they can't watch it, but did you tell them you was on YouTube? Because they probably like, okay, your stock just went up.
Right.
Mommy is on YouTube. Like, your stock just went up. Like, okay, she's the coolest now.
I'm gonna have to show my son.
Yeah. Make sure you let them know that you are on YouTube tonight. All right, guys. So the next story I want to get into is Trick Daddy. And this one is a tricky one. Guys, get ready. And I want you guys to listen to this. And we will definitely discuss this. Hold on. Oh, sorry. We will definitely discuss this on the other side. Take a listen.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
So
let's start here. All right.
I'm trying to figure out how Afro get in front of my mother race. I ain't never been to Afro color. I never been to Africa. Afro or Africa. Never been there. I'm not from Africa. I'm born and raised in Goose, Florida. I'm born in Goose, raised in Liberty City in the Poker Bean Project. I ain't never went to Africa. Ain't thinking about going there. And I heard it's a beautiful place. Yeah. And I know it's the motherland. Yes. But not my mother, not her mother, and not her mother's mother. That ain't their land. American real true land is right here in the U.S. soils. I'm trying to figure out how Afro get in front of my mother race. I ain't never been to Afro color. I never been to Africa. Afro or Africa. Never been there. I'm not from Africa. I'm born and raised in Goose, Florida. I'm born in Goose, raised in Liberty.
First, before we get into anything, what do you think?
Man, so many thoughts. So many thoughts. Sir, I don't know. This is, let me choose my words. Like, pick up a book. Pick up a book. Like, I understand what she's saying is that he's never been to Africa. I get that. I haven't either. His mom isn't from there. His grandma isn't from there. But most people lineage starts in other places other than the Americas. You may want to check a little further back on the family tree and find out. Go there first before we proclaiming that we are not African American. I don't know. I think it's kind of a diss to your ancestry. Maybe you need to, to your heritage. I feel like you need to pick up a book, maybe study a little bit more about where African Americans come from. Do a 23andMe, do some type of test to find out exactly, or try to find out where your family line is from. I think that I don't know. It's just kind of nonsensical to me. Doesn't make much sense what he's saying. So, but then again, it's Trick Daddy. Maybe he's just trying to get views. Who knows?
Yeah, I think so too. I feel where he's coming from with this. Hold on. I feel where he's coming from with this. I get it where he's trying to go with it. As I was telling you earlier, a lot of people they do not identify themselves, because I was reading through some of the comments, and a lot of people do not identify themselves as African American. They identify themselves with just more so Black American. Because some people feel like that the African population, they don't like to associate themselves with us. They feel like they feel like we're not the same. Some of the tribes, as far as I know, and again, I'm not going to put it on every one of them, but some of them feel like that they are better than us. And like some other cultures, they rather align themselves with the Wahidi tribe, in your words. They'll rather align themselves that way, or just single themselves out to align themselves to just being African or whatnot. So I kind of get it, but then in a way I don't. As far as history has taught us, our heritage, we migrated, we were brought over here. We don't have to get into that. We were brought over into slavery or whatnot from Africa. So I kind of get where he's going with it, but I would suggest he just do like you said, a 23andMe, and know for sure and show proof of where your heritage is from. If your heritage is not from Africa, then fine, so be it. But I think to put that down on a public platform like that, I think that was just craziness. And y'all know he did face a lot of backlash on that now.
I feel like it was clickbait. I feel like it was clickbait. He knew people was going to say something because it was ravishing, for him to say such a thing, especially someone looking, like Trick Daddy, to say that, oh, I don't identify as African American. Well, sir, pick up a book on the African diaspora. Look up your heritage, find out about your roots. Yes, majority of us was in the slave, family was in the slave trade. So yes, we have been disenfranchised. We don't know about our roots, but because you haven't took the time to learn about your roots and where you're from, doesn't mean that you're not that. So,
it was kind of reckless to jump out there and say that.
Yeah, he jumped out the window on that one.
I get where he was trying to go, but sir, that just was not it.
No,
that was not it. Like, do a little bit more research first before you go down that road. Now, again, some of us may be thinking it. We may say it in the privacy of our own homes, but don't say that in the public like that. Be very, very careful. But of course, he faced a little backlash on that, and so let's get into that, and let's see what he followed up with, because he did come back with some stuff. So hold on, let's go ahead and bring this up. There we go. All right. Reactions from the Ricky Smiley Show.
People are not called European American. And then some people even said that true African people don't even accept us, meaning blacks, as their own, because we are so far removed from the culture.
So this morning we want to know if you prefer to be called black or African American, and why. Call us up now, 8669 Ricky, 8669 RICKEY. Gary, let's start out with you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't relate to none of what y'all said, because my birth certificate say Negro. Negro American. Where does Negro come from?
But that don't mean I am just because it's on the birth certificate, that's what the white folks put on the birth certificate over there at UAB Hospital.
Yeah, and that charity in Opelousas. So, but we say Negro.
My bad. I thought. Can't spell it. What's your birth certificate say?
Negro.
I promise to God, that's what's on the right.
Yeah.
Some people say, why do you have to be called African American when white people are not called European American? And then some people even said that true African people don't even accept us, meaning blacks, as their own because we are so far removed from the culture.
So this morning we want to know American and why. Call us up now, 8669 Ricky, 8669 RICKEY. Gary, let's start out with you.
Yeah.
All right. So
I'm on my kid. They tell me not one story about Africa.
They
My
have
grandma
Negro
never
on
told
his
me
birth
one story
certificate.
about Africa. I don't know nothing about Africa. All I know is all the African people I know and run into, they think they better than us over here. So what you worry about me saying that I'm not African? I'm just American. What's wrong with you? You think that's a problem? And if your mother podcast show, don't bring my name up. I don't know you, so I'm not bringing his name. I'm still not saying his name. So what you mean? This show you can talk about. You got my name in your mouth. Both of you look alike. And I'm with. I don't care how old I am. We about the same age. Oh y'all, but Africa this. Ain't there one of you mother try to go back?
you look full. He look full like he just ate.
He probably did.
Maybe he
Just
maybe he ready to
asinine.
go to bed. Huh?
Just
Maybe
what he's saying is just, I don't know. I can't deal with it. I can't.
ignorant.
That's the word. That's the word.
Yes,
You know, I try to find better words for him to try to, but yeah, that's the baseline right there. Ignorant.
Ignorance, pure ignorance. And we just gonna move right along from that, Jack, because it was just pure foolishness. All right, guys. Before we go any further, Adrian, we have got to send prayers up. Because I mean, this one was very, very, very serious. So let's take a moment. Think about the hurt people. And let's send some prayers up. Spirit Airlines flight was hit by gunfire while attempting to land in Haiti. Adrian, you there? Uh-oh, you there? All right, she'll join back. So yeah, Spirit Airlines flight was hit by gunfire while attempting to land in Haiti. According to the Shade Room, a Spirit Airlines flight attempted to land in Haiti was forced to divert after it was hit by gunfire on Monday. According to New York Times, Spirit Flight 951 was struck by bullets several times and was forced to land in the Dominican Republic instead of its original destination of Port-au-Prince, Haiti. Tommy Fletcher, a spokesperson for the airline, revealed that one flight attendant sustained minor injuries amid the chaos. The shooting comes just one day after Haiti's interim prime minister was fired. This is the second time in a few months that an aircraft has been hit by gunfire in Haiti. Last month, a United Nations helicopter with 3 crew members and 15 passengers was shot at several times as it flew over Haiti's capital. Listen, that is just the fool. That is just the pure fool right there. Listen, y'all better be careful over there in Haiti because at the end of the day, y'all gonna find y'all ass, and no disrespect, I love the Haitian population, but y'all gonna find y'all ass over there. Y'all gonna be able to get from here to there on those daggone what the boats called with the sticks and the limbs, the tree branches. Y'all gonna be not a pontoon boat, might be. Anyway, y'all gonna be finding yourselves traveling back and forth on one of those if y'all not careful because shooting down aircrafts, come on, that's foolishness. That is pure foolishness. Why would you be doing something like that? It makes no sense. What if your own people were on there and you trying to shoot that down? You trying to injure and harm your own people. What was the reason in my Cardi B voice? What Cardi B voice? What was the reason? Why? It makes no sense whatsoever. So to me, this does not make any sense. But guys, listen, the FAA had a whole nother trick for their ass. They had a whole nother trick for them. And then you know what the crazy part is? You guys are already on the spotlight because never mind. We're not even gonna get into that because I cannot. We're gonna leave that one alone, guys. All right, guys. Our next story, I'm sure a lot of you guys watched this last night. Jake Paul won against Mike Tyson. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I just did not think that was going to happen. I did not expect that whatsoever. That was very, very, very surprising for me, but he definitely did. And take a look. We'll get into it on the other side.
Tyson. First and foremost, Mike Tyson. It's such an honor. Let's give it up for Mike, bro. He's a legend. He's the greatest to ever do it. He's the GOAT. I look up to him. I'm inspired by him, and we wouldn't be here today without him. This man is an icon, and it's just an honor to be able to fight him. And he's obviously the toughest, baddest man on the planet. So it was really tough, like I expected it to be. First and foremost, Mike Tyson. It's such an honor. Let's give it up for Mike, bro. He's a legend. He's the greatest to ever do it.
We also have guests host and whatnot. Let's get her back in here. So guys, give me a couple minutes. Let me see can we get her back in here. Go and refresh. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys now. I drunk it all the way down. Like, listen, tonight's drink is my little Crown and my Crown and Pepsi Zero. And so if you guys got some Crown Royal in there, go ahead and get your little drink together. Let me see can I get our guest host back in here. Hold the line for me, y'all. Don't go nowhere. Hold the line. Like he was forced to fight his granddaughter boyfriend. Exactly. Where's your wife at? Get her back here. Tell her to hit the line. All right, guys, hold on for just a moment. Let me see. Can I get our guest host back in here? Hold the line. All right, guys, I'm back. We're back.
I'm back.
We just had some technical issues. Like, listen, guys, let me tell y'all something. At the end of the day, this is a very, very live show. And I'm still trying to figure all of this out. So we are having some issues, and some things just may not go right. As now, my guest co-host, my best friend, she has now seen that when we plan something, it just does not go right. Something always go wrong with when we try to get this all together. I'm still trying to figure out some things on how to get everything perfected. So it's a little bit hard. It's just like Netflix. Look at here. Look, just like Netflix. There you go. Netflix affecting everybody live stream. So yeah, so the fight last night, I know you watched it. I watched some. Did you hear this part? Let's get it up. Did you watch this? Did you see this part? We'll circle back around. Hold on. Okay. No. Hold on. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something right now. The people were saying in the comments and on the blogs, if you believe this fight, you're a damn fool. After I saw, first of all, I did not watch all of it. The TV was on, and yes, Netflix was acting a fool over here, so we had to move to another location. We moved to my cousin's house and went over there and started watching it. And for some strange reason, hers was streaming perfectly with no breaks in between. That's neither here nor there. But then once I started watching it, and I just saw that it was a waste of time. Honestly, it was a waste of time. And so for me, it played into the theory that this whole thing was staged. So then once I saw that whole situation with his brother Logan in the background saying what he said to Mike Tyson, it really made it feel like it was staged to me. And for me, I feel like if you're Mike Tyson, how much did they really pay him if this was staged? Okay,
I believe he got a $20 million payday for losing, with losing, and old buddy got a $40 million dollar payday.
You just upped the ante.
Allegedly.
Sure, you just upped the ante. I might go in there and you might be able to punch me a little bit, like.
But as far as it being staged, I don't think so. You got to think about it. Mike is a lot older than this guy. So, and it seems like to me that the men, watching the difference between the men and the females fight, the female fight was like, that's what we tuned in for. That fight was awesome. But most of the men seem like they focus more so on technique. And I think that he was afraid to get hit from Mike. I think he got that one with the first hit from Mike and realized how hard Mike hits. I think he probably studied his cadence and danced around the hits for a while. He tried to get his hits in, but both of them, I think, probably, I'm sure they probably watched previous fights of each other to see exactly what they go for whenever they do their hits. So I feel like it probably wasn't staged. Just the general age difference is a big thing. Yeah, so I just think that Mike did good not to get KO'd at all, being his age, and haven't had a legit fight like that in years. So I don't know. It seemed very real to me. But I think the thing with his brother, I believe his brother maybe like with WWE or something like that. So the way he talked at the end, I wasn't surprised. I may be incorrect with that. It's been a while since I watched that, but I think allegedly that he's used to talking like that. So, and from what I understand is that they're kind of close with Mike. Mike is, I think they know each other well outside of all this is going on. Now the slap, I feel like earlier with him stepping on his foot and slapping all that, I feel like that was staged to make people, to bring people in to come watch it. But the fight itself, I don't feel like it was staged. But then again, I mean, who knows what happens in the background of all that stuff.
When I saw the slap, that's what really kind of like, they may be right that it was staged somewhat. And then
that seems very WWE-ish to me, you know.
And if you think about it, and then how they talk to each other, how they greet each other, like at the end of the day, I don't know a whole lot about boxing, so I don't know what they tend to do, but I would think if you were at the point to really slap somebody like that, and then at the end of the day, y'all giving each other all praises, and you see this person say, it's just an honor to fight with him, and this and that, and the other, and so on and so forth. To me, that seems fake as hell.
I don't know, because even with the other fights, I don't know. I don't know. I think they all show good sportsmanship at the end. It was like, we're in the fight. Well, they're in the fight. They're doing their job. Mm-hmm. And at the end, they all show good sportsmanship. So I don't think for them to be like aggressive and like mad at each other or anything like that in the end when it comes to boxing.
What makes them slap each other in the beginning? Because again, I don't know too much about this now. This ain't my realm. But what makes them want to? I mean, in the beginning, so something was staged, because why would you even want to slap him in the beginning if you just had no feelings towards him? It was just everything.
Well, he stepped on his foot. If you watch the video when Mike Tyson slapped him, he stepped on his foot and he was standing on his foot. And that's what caused the slap. But I feel like that part before the fight was staged. I feel like that was all set up just to get us to watch the fight. But I feel like the fight was legit.
No, child. I feel like, child, you don't got this. You don't got your 20 million or whatever, however million you got, and you just like, shit. At the end of the day, I might take my ass out there in the ring and let them slap me around.
Look, I'll go with you too. We can split it.
Okay. KrowndByKenzie. Listen, I take my ass out there. You want to slap me around a little bit for 40 million? I'm good. Just don't mess this up too much now.
That part.
Don't mess this up too much.
Oh my God, this is killing me.
What? All right, guys. So, she's having some technical issues. Still first day. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to our last story of the night. And I really wanted her feedback on this one. But hopefully she'll get back in before we know it. So, guys, hold on one second. Hold on, let's take a break. Let's see if we can get her back in here real quick. Give me just a moment. Hold the line. All right, guys, I'm back. Hopefully she'll be able to join us again. If not, then we'll catch her another time. But guys, so yeah, our last story of the night. I want to get you guys. Oh, you know what? Wait a minute. I got one more because I do not want to leave the line without getting into another one after this one. But guys, let's get into this one right here real quick. All right, so in this one, I really want her opinion on this one. All right. So Kim Kardashian expresses not having help from Kanye West raising their children. No matter what kind of help I have, basically, I'm raising 4 kids by myself. So according to the Shade Room, Kim Kardashian recently got candid about navigating motherhood as a single mother and how it can sometimes feel like she's going through the motions alone. In a recent episode of the What in the Winkler podcast, Kimmy told Zoe Winkler, I think you and I mostly connected on parenting and judgment and feeling like sometimes you're in this alone. Even though we have great support systems, we have people around us. She added but sometimes in the middle of the night when they're all sleeping in your bed, kicking you and crying and waking up, it's not something that I talk about a lot because I feel like there is always a lot of judgment or people always will jump to the oh, but you have the resources to have nannies that have help and just think that no matter what kind of help I have, I'm basically raising 4 kids by myself. In addition, the Skim's founder detail her busy morning routine, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, we ain't getting into that. What do you guys think about that? I was reading through some of you guys' comments, and some of the people said, child, some of the people said, you want to be black, so welcome. Welcome to single parenthood. You want to be black so bad, so now you got it. Um, I don't know. I feel bad for Kenny, and if you guys don't know, it seems like Kanye West has welcome back. Kanye West has been over in Japan and frolicking. Remember that word, Adrian.
Frolicking.
Frolicking. Kanye West been frolicking all over overseas and whatnot with his girlfriend, her little two tops and little mesh see-through ensembles on and so on and so forth. So part of me, I get it. I'm not a single mother. I'm not even a mother or a parent, but some of the people feel like, okay, you want to be black so bad and you want to inherit this black culture and stereotypically welcome to the black culture of single motherhood. But then on the other side, on the other part, the other part of me, I feel like we just never know, even though she does have that help, she can afford the help. She has nannies, she has staff, so on and so forth. We never know what she really does for her kids and how much work she has to do for them behind the scenes, because keep in mind, we only see a certain portion of what she do for her kids. We see on the blogs. If you watch the Keeping Up with the Kardashian show, I'm sure while she filming, she does have the help so her kids are not in the way. But when the cameras go down, who knows what she really does for her kids? And some parents are just like that. Like, no matter how much money I have, I still want to be somewhat hands-on when it comes to my kids. Adrian, what do you think about this being a parent and a mother? What do you think?
I think that Kim's in a different situation than the typical single mother. She's wealthy, has a wealthy ex-husband. My first thoughts is, what more is she looking for him? Is he not spending the time that she would like for him to spend with his kids? Like, what is missing? What more does she want Kanye to do that she expects him to do when it comes to the kids? So I guess that would be my question, because we don't know the inner workings of their relationship or how they're divvying up their time with their kids. Yeah, he may be in, where he said, Japan, frolicking with his new girlfriend or what have you. But it may be, after he had the kids for a while himself. You split when you divorce, you're split between two different households. So sometimes it is all going to be on her, but Kim have to help nannies or hire help too to alleviate the normal stressors that normal single mothers would have. So, yeah, I would
And
be
her
that
schedule
question
is
would be
more demanding.
right.
Her schedule is a little bit more demanding than the average person. So I would think, and again, you just never know what she does behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? Like we just never know what she does behind the scenes.
I
Okay,
mean,
let me
that's
make
all
sure
part of being a
that.
mother, though, right? That's all for you're the nurturer. You're the ones that your kids want to go to whenever they need nurturing. So that's all part of it. She signed up and had all, they had these kids. That's all part of it. I mean, she may want more from Kanye, but she got to communicate that with him instead of griping about it. From what I've
Absolutely.
seen, it seems like he's present in his kids' lives. So maybe he's not present enough. I don't know. We don't know from the outside looking in.
Absolutely. I mean, you're right about that. We just never know. I don't want to be so quick to judge her because I would assume, again, because I don't have kids, I would assume that's a hard job. That's a very, very hard job, to be somewhat of a single parent, even if financially, we don't know what he's doing for them, so on and so forth. We don't know what their arrangement is. So I don't know. I can't really give an opinion on this one. This one is hard, but I watched, like I said, I watched the blog and I see what some of the comments were. And some of the comments were just crazy. Hilarious to say the least, but just crazy. You know. All right, so y'all, we'll get into our last story, and I want to get into this one, Adrian. I know this one's a little bit mind raking for you on this one, but we'll touch on it a little bit if you don't mind. Ray J,
Oh God.
because he's been a very hot topic.
Okay.
All right, guys. If you guys don't know, take a listen.
Yo, I got nothing but love for Pastor Bryant. Shout out to Jamal Bryant. Shout out to Von Alvarez. But if y'all play that interview, somebody getting snatched off the pulpit.
Not the pulpit.
Don't play the interview. It's not clear. It was out of bounds. Me and Pastor Bryant need to talk because the way I was treated was dirty and illegal. And I don't like it. And I don't want nobody to play that interview. I don't care if you from the church or not. Like be respectful and do people right. Don't call people out their name and don't make people feel like they're not safe in a place where they thought they were safe. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now, we need to work it out. Because if we don't, that's going to be a problem. Yo, I got...
No. Who? I want that issue right there.
Not one wish.
Issue. And so anyway, yeah, I want that issue right there. That's copyright right there. Oh no, they would shut this video down real quick. And I'm trying to get started on my YouTube channel. I don't want no strikes already. Pretty much, Pastor Jamal Bryant came back and said he was grateful for the recently interview with Ray J. As a part of our commitment to honest dialogue, we ensure that specific comments with potential legal ramifications were edited out of the interview to safeguard the best interest of a brother beloved. Pastor Jamal Bryant said his podcast mission is to foster authentic and constructive conversations with thought leaders, and this episode was no exception. We are a live to tape production that ordinarily makes no edits. However, in the spirit of brotherhood, it was mixed with the agreement that no other adjustments would be made as the Jamal Bryant podcast, let's be clear, endeavors to be earnest and transparent on every episode. Now, I ain't even going to go all the way into that because it's a whole lot. If you haven't been paying attention, go back and do your research. It's a whole lot. But I feel like Ray J has said a lot over the past few days. And I feel like my question is, what in that conversation was said that you wanted edited out so bad that you had to go down and threaten the damn pastor? What was said? Because I mean, he's been saying everything else that he wants to say when it comes to the whole P Diddy situation. But what else? What else was said in that particular podcast that you really felt like that should not come out to the point where you had to threaten that pastor? What you think?
So many thoughts. So many thoughts. My phone falling is exactly what I feel right now about that whole thing with Ray J. I feel like he's having a mental break from what I saw for the conversation between the two. Somewhat is operating in reality, and another portion of him isn't. I don't know. I know it's been a lot going on between Diddy's kids and him, and things he's said, and he's felt unsafe about things he said. But with Ray J, you never know if it's all a ploy, if it's a stunt, just to still be relevant. You know, he is very good at doing things like that, so people
He's a marketing genius.
Yeah, he's a marketing genius, so people can click on things and listen. It's like clickbait for him, so it keeps him relevant. It keeps him in the mouths of people. So I mean, it's doing that right now. You know, so whatever he's doing is working. Right. From the interview, what I took from that is that, I don't know, maybe they edited out so much that I couldn't tell exactly what the issue was, why he turned back around and threatened the pastor. But what was curious to me, that he said that he mentioned somebody calling him out his name and saying this, that, and the other. Like, when did that conversation take place? What are the details of that conversation? I want to know, was there a voicemail left? Did you have a conversation on the phone with the pastor and the pastor got out of character? I want to hear that conversation. Like, what actually happened there?
It's definitely something missing that I don't feel like we can all.
Yeah, something is missing, where the interview kind of just makes him seem kind of Orlando Brown. Is that Orlando Brownish? Orlando-ish. So I don't know.
Well, you know, he was on that show with Orlando Brown not too long ago, and that's one of the comments one of the things I read in some of the comments, that he was trying to outdo Orlando Brown, you know, with this crazy talk, because they were, like I said, they were on a podcast, a YouTube show, whatever. You know, what's that guy named Funny Marco?
I think I caught that too. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he was on there, and a lot of people are questioning whether or not this is a ploy to outdo Orlando Brown, because it really seemed Orlando Brown-ish. I know Ray J pulls a lot of stunts and he does a lot of things. Like, maybe it should be like, shut your damn mouth, like, be quiet. You shouldn't say everything, but this right here, it seems like it's going like way too far.
Right.
Way too far. But I'm curious to know, what were the conversations behind the scene? What could have been said on that podcast that he did not want to get out? I feel like it's more. What did he say that has to be edited? Because again, he said so much already that maybe he should not have said. So what else could he have said that got to the point where it needs to be edited, and for you to threaten this man to tell him
I don't know. It could be more threats that he's getting from Diddy's kids. You know, they had a run-in recently with Diddy's sons. And Chris Brown had to step in to help him out. So I don't know. It may be, you know, more fuel to that fire. Who knows? Well, I guess we'll never know, huh?
Right. I guess we won't. I guess we will not know. I don't know if you got a minute to touch into this Diddy story real quick. You got a minute? You got a minute?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We're gonna do this real quick. Okay. We got to get the people something. You know, when they go back and watch the replay of this, we got to give them something. But yeah, I want to touch on this story right here. I don't know if you guys have heard that with Diddy being in jail, locked up in prison, locked up in the jail. If you're not familiar, his lawyers have put together another bond package to try to get him out. But we just had some breaking news earlier today, so pay attention. Look. All right, can you see? Did it show up? Hold on. Wait a minute. He showed up. Okay. All right. So Sean Diddy Combs accused of breaking jail rules to corruptly influence witnesses, docs. Prosecutors are accusing Sean Diddy Combs of attempting to corruptly influence how his calls are monitored in jail, blackmailing victims, and other bombshell claims. The federal government claimed in an opposition filed Friday and obtained by page 6 that since the disgraced music mogul 55 has been in custody at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, he has repeatedly communicated with others in ways that violate the prison's regulations. He has allegedly used the telephone accounts of at least 8 other inmates, seemingly in an effort to avoid prosecutors hearing his calls with people who are not on his approved contact list. Prosecutors allege that Combs has been paying off the other inmates in order to use their accounts via payment processing apps and commissary accounts deposit. When he is on a call, the Bad Boy for Life rapper has allegedly violated another rule by instructing the person on the other line, including family members and attorneys, to add other individuals via three-way call. This practice is also not authorized by BOP, Federal Bureau of Prisons, as it helps the defendants repeated circumvention of BOP regulations. Also, almost immediately after arriving at the MDC, speaks volumes about his ability to comply with any conditions of his release. Prosecutors allege that Combs has also launched a public relations strategy while on his calls in an effort to use public statements to alter public perception. They noted the last night rapper's 55th birthday earlier this month as an example of the alleged plan at the defendant's carefully curated direction accounts, showing the defendant's children gathered to celebrate the defendant's birthday, prosecutors wrote in the court filing. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. Your ass ain't going nowhere. Sit your ass down. You ain't going nowhere. What you think about that one? He ain't going nowhere.
Just won't do right. Just don't. You know what? It's crazy to have so much money that you feel that you're above the law. You know, so you know what? Tinfoil hat time. Just tinfoil hat conspiracy theory. What if this illegal phone use that he had while he was in jail, prison, wherever he is? What if that was to call in things on Ray J because he knows too much? What if he's contacting his sons and having those conversations off script that's not being recorded to call in things on Ray J because he knows so much? And maybe that may have been what's been edited out and why Ray J has the fear of God in him right now. But that's just allegedly. Tinfoil hat, just conspiracy, just thinking outside of the box, or just trying to put things together, because I know that's what Ray J has had his recent run-ins about, as of recent running his mouth too much in regards to the situation.
Yeah.
So maybe the things that he has spoke on, maybe some truth to that, and he's not wanting that to get out.
Adrian, I didn't think of that. I didn't think of that, and you are absolutely right. Because if his sons ran up on him at that Halloween party, I'm sure if they've been allegedly speaking to him behind the scenes, they've told him what happened. And for me, I feel like Diddy is so far out of touch with reality, still thinking that I don't think, you know, as I told you earlier, I don't think he's seeing the magnitude of the situation that he's in or what he's currently facing. He might still be allegedly calling the shots from behind the scenes. And that's why he's trying to get out there because, again, Ray J might know too much. And he might know so much that he's speaking way too much. And we got to end him. And I don't know if, you know, if the people know that Ray J posted a video shortly after that and saying that somebody was after him and somebody was trying to anti-pow him. So maybe that could be it right there.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that one. I did not think about that one, but you are absolutely right. See, that's why I needed you on here. Thank you so much for that. All right, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. Adrian, thank you so much. We have some technical difficulties tonight. Tonight has been one of those nights, guys. And let me tell you something. I'm hungry.
Lord.
I'm ready to eat. We did this. We were trying to go live last night, but we knew that the people were going to be watching the Mike Tyson, Jake Paul fight. So we decided to postpone it a little bit. And as I stated before, sometimes when we plan, seems like all the time with this show, our God laughs at us like, nah, it just ain't going to go right. It's exactly the way you thought it was. But again, I want to thank you guys who all watched. And I know it was not a lot of people on here, but I'm sure you guys will go back and be a part of the replay crew. Make sure you guys subscribe, like, comment. But I want to thank you so much for at least giving, even if you stayed on here for a minute. Thank you so much for watching. As I stated before, I'm still trying to get it together and trying to get everything nailed down. And again, I'm not a techie person. So all of this stuff, I'm trying to figure this out by myself. So if you know somebody out there that's a little bit more techie and they can really help me and trustworthy, make sure you get at me make sure have them send me an email. KrowndByKenzie Kenzie at outlook.com. to see how we can possibly work together and they can alleviate me from some of this stress to help me get this ish together. Again, I want to thank my best friend Adrian so much for joining me tonight. We have had fun and hopefully she'll come back again. Hopefully we didn't get her off too much. Like, I ain't coming back to that shit show. Excuse me, that show again. It's the Crown Royal kicking in. You guys go enjoy your night. Thank you, Adrian. I appreciate you. Did you have any final words for the people?
Hit that like button and subscribe.
I know that's right. Thank y'all so much. We have enjoyed. Adrian, I'll call you in a minute. We'll discuss.
All right,
bye. Bye, everybody. Bye.
How you doing?